Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am going to tell you guys how to install a full version of Windows on your Raspberry Pi 4. Just to let you know guys, today the Raspberry Pi that I am going to use is an 8GB version which supports 64-bit operating system. As you know, this Raspberry Pi is a ARM based processor, so the Windows that I am going to install is an ARM based 64-bit Windows operating system, and this is Windows 10 operating system. Just to let you know guys, I am going to install a full version of Windows without any reduced functionality or optimizing. However, you do not need an optimization of Windows 10 on this Raspberry Pi 4. It works perfect in my opinion without any problem. This Windows will support all three types of programs that is available in the market. It supports 32-bit programs, it supports 64-bit programs, and it will also support ARM 64-bit programs as well. So you have a wide application and wide varieties of application that you can install in this small computer in your pocket. Also guys, I have done another video on how to install Ubuntu on Raspberry Pi 4. If you have not seen this video, I will put the link of the video on the top, or I will put the link in the description below for you guys to check it out. Before we start installing Windows 10, ensure that you watch this video till the end so that you do not miss out on any important information or steps that I have to share. So guys, if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon so that you get the notifications for all my new videos. Let's get started. To start with the installation process, go on your existing Windows or Mac PC and visit this website. I will put the link of the website in the description below, and click on ARM 64-bit. So this is the 64-bit ARM version of the Windows that we are downloading. So as you can see, it says on the top as well, this is 64-bit ARM version. It is not compatible with your Intel processors. Since your Raspberry Pi is ARM version, so we should be good. Click on next. After clicking next, it will ask you which type of operating system you want to download. I am going to download Windows Pro version, and then hit next. In this page, it will ask you for different options of the download. For now, for our purpose, we need only ISO version, so I will select the second radio button. As you can see, there are many other options available. Also at the bottom, it says how you can download this operating system depending upon the OS that you have. So if you have Mac OS or Windows OS or Linux, there are different ways that you can download. So this is what it has on the web page. If you want, you can read through it. For now, since ISO version is good enough, we will select ISO version. We'll tick two more options that will clean up the Windows after the download for any temporary files, and also add .NET 3.5 framework to our installation. So we will wait for the download to finish. Once the zip file is downloaded, extract it to a convenient place that you have or any folder that you have created. Put this zip file into that folder and extract. Once the content of this zip file is extracted, it will show many shell based downloader. As you can see, we can use this Windows based downloader. You have to run it as administrator so that you do not have any problems after the download. As after the download is finished, it will also start building up the ISOs, so it might require special permissions. So ensure that this batch file is run as administrator. As you can see in the backgrounds, it will start downloading the files in the same folder in which your batch file is present. So ensure that you create a separate folder so that the files which this downloader is downloading is not scattered all around your operating system or PC. So as you can see, this is the longest time taking step that is there, which will download all the necessary files which are required for building up the ISO of your operating system. So be patient. It will take little bit more time. For me, it took around 30 to 50 minutes. So depending upon your internet speed, your files will be downloaded to your PC, and then this batch process will also convert all of those files into one ISO. So as you can see, the downloading process is finished now. Now double click on the ISO file which is generated in the background after exiting this shell command by hitting 0. So as you double click on the ISO file, it will be mounted on your PC. Now open the mounted disk that you have or ISO file that you have, go into the sources folder and then search for a file called install.vim. So this is the only file which we require for now. So copy or extract this install.vim to the working folder that you have. As you can see, I have downloaded install.vim. Now you have to go to another page for WOR project. So I will put the link of this website in the description below as well. So you have to download Windows on Raspberry Pi Imager. So this is the software which is used for installing the Windows or putting the Windows image for the first boot on your Raspberry Pi 4 SD card. So once this downloader is downloaded, put this zip file as well in the working folder that you were working on and extract it. Once the zip file is extracted, as you can see, you will find a batch running program called WOR. So that is the program that you need to run. Always run this program as administrator as well. So ensure that you run this program as administrator so that in later point of time you do not have any problems of permission during the operations of this imager. Once the imager is launched, first thing it will ask you is to select for the language. So select English, just in my case. So next thing that you need to select is what type of Raspberry Pi that you have. Since I have Raspberry Pi 4, so I will select Raspberry Pi 4. It will give some warning information. You can go through it. For now, I can ignore that. So next thing that you need to do is to select the device on which you want to install this operating system. Ensure that your SD card is inserted in your PC and properly selected. Do not select your local hard drive, otherwise it will delete everything on your selected drive. So ensure that you have selected the correct drive. Next thing you need to do is to find and select the install.vim that you have extracted. As you can see, it has started showing the operating system as Windows 10 Pro. So click next. It will ask you to select for the driver. Select the latest driver to be downloaded from the server directly. So select that option so that you have latest driver. Similarly, also select the latest firmware to be downloaded from the server. Ensure that you select it to use it from the server to get the latest version. So here you see there are few options for installation or configurations which are required. You can select the type of partition that you want to use. It can be MPT or MBR. For now I am going to use MBT so that I do not have any problems in future for the installations. So rest of the settings I'm going to keep the same and click on next. It will give you the summary of the installation. Ensure that you review this installation summary very carefully. As you can see in the bottom, it says as warning that it will delete everything which is there on your selected drive. So once you click install, it will start formatting your target drive or selected device that you have. In my case, I have the SD card already inserted in my PC, so it will start formatting the SD card. It will create the required partitions and then start installing the Windows. So this will take some time, guys. So in my case, it took around 30 minutes to finish with this Windows installation on this SD card. So ensure that you have your power plugged in for your laptop or your desktop PC on which you are running this installer, so that your installation process is not interrupted in any way. Once the installation is finished, as you can see, it is almost to the verge of completion. So it is completed now. Now you can eject your SD card from your PC on which you were running this imager, and now you can insert this into your Raspberry Pi 4 for the first boot. Now let us see how does it look on the first boot. So this is the Raspberry Pi logo that you see for the first time. Let's go into the BIOS by hitting escape. So first two things that we need to change is to enable the full RAM. To do that, go into the device manager, then go to the Raspberry Pi configuration, hit enter, then go to advanced configuration. Here you see your limit RAM to 3 GB is enabled. So as of now you cannot use more than 3 GB. We will disable this option so that your complete 8 GB which is there on your Raspberry Pi 4 is available. This will boost up the performance of your operating system drastically, right? So save the configuration and exit, press Y. So go back. So the next thing that we are going to change is the boot order or boot preferences. To do that, go into the boot maintenance manager. Here you will see several options here. So to disable few of the boot options, we have to go to boot options. Here we need to go into the delete boot options. So here inside you see there are many options, or in priority it is mentioned that first check the booting options from the network. So we will disable all the options which are going to check the booting availability from the network. This will drastically improve your booting time of your Raspberry Pi 4. So once you have deleted all the network based booting options, go back and go back once more to the main menu. Once you reach the main menu, you have a confirm option. Hit enter and save. So once you confirm the boot options, now it will not check for the network based booting options, and this will directly go and boot it from your Raspberry Pi 4 SD card locally. This will drastically improve, friends, the booting time of your Raspberry Pi 4. So guys, once you have saved the BIOS settings and rebooted, it will start booting up your Windows and getting things ready. So be patient. For the first boot it might take some time and take few restarts as well. So be patient, let it do what it is doing, and then it will take you to the configuration wizard that you have. So first thing that it will ask is the region in which you are available. For now I am selecting United States. So it will also ask you for the keyboard layout that you want to use. I have a Spanish keyboard, so I will first select the Spanish keyboard for me. So let's find the Spanish keyboard. So this is the Spanish keyboard and select yes. So this is how you add the first layout of the keyboard into your Windows configuration. It will ask if you want to have an alternate keyboard layout as well. So I will add yes, because I want to use a US keyboard at times as well. So I will select the English United States, and then it will ask you for the layout. So I will select US layout and click on add layout. So click on add. It will take you through some configuration. It will do inside some configuration and take you to the next page for Windows license agreement. So if you want, you can read through it and click on accept. So this is the mandatory step. Without accepting this, you cannot proceed further. As of now, my Raspberry Pi is already connected through a LAN connection. So it is asking me to set up how I want to use this Raspberry Pi 4 for my office use, for my home use. This is for my home use. I selected home, and then it will ask you to create your login and password. So please enter your user ID for your Microsoft account if you have, and the password, and then click next. So it will set up your account as well. Then it will ask you to create a PIN. So depending upon the system, you can create a 4-digit PIN or 6-digit PIN. I think for now it is 6-digit PIN is mandatory. So put the PIN that you require and then confirm the PIN that you have created. Ensure that you remember this PIN and then click on OK. So this is also a way that you can log in onto your PC quickly. Next, it will ask you to choose some privacy settings that the devices or information that you want to share, location, services that you want to use, if you want to find your device online, and things like that. You can read through each options. The options that you feel comfortable, you can keep it on, or you want to stop the service, you can stop it, and customize it the way you like it, basically. Right. So once you are good with the settings that you are required or you like it, click on accept. Next thing it will ask you is to customize your experience, what kind of things that you want to do on this PC and how you want to use this PC. So select the relevant options. So this is Raspberry Pi 4, so I am not going to select gaming. I don't think the gaming will be supported on this PC. So accept that. I selected everything. Basically you can select the way you want, click on accept. Next thing we'll do is ask to save your history information or activity history on your PC. If you want, you can do it. I don't need this activity or history information, so I will select no. So next thing it will ask is if you want to connect your Android phone to your PC. These days you can do it through your phone companion app that comes with Windows. If you want, you can do it. For now I will put remind later, so I don't want to connect it now. So next thing it will ask is if you want to backup your files on your OneDrive. I do not need OneDrive information for now, so I will use that my files will be saved locally only. So you can select any options that you want or the way you want to configure your Raspberry Pi. It will also ask if you want to use a free trial of your Microsoft Office. I don't want it on my Raspberry Pi, so I will select no. If you want Cortana or your voice assistant on your Windows, if you want, you can use it. For me, I don't need it, so I did not select it to be activated. So this is all the configuration that you needed to do to complete your Windows installation. So now just sit back and relax. It will do its configuration inside and it will start your system to make it ready for booting for the first time to show your desktop. So guys, as you can see, the setup is now complete and your desktop is now loaded. So this is the first look. As you can see, this is full version of Windows which is installed on your PC, so you can completely use it as you like. So first thing that I am going to do is go into the settings. So in the settings I will go and find the applications. So I will try and uninstall all the bloatwares which are there on the system. So to do that, go into the section called apps. So here, apps and features, you can select which sources you want to install your application from. If it is from the app store only, signed application, or you want to install it from anywhere you want, so system will not give you any warning in future. So do that if you want. So scroll down and run through all the applications that you see. The things you do not want to use it on your Raspberry Pi 4, it will free up your space. If you don't want it, just click and uninstall. Like Office, I do not want it, I can uninstall. So you can uninstall all the applications that you don't want to use it on your Raspberry Pi 4. This will lighten up your Raspberry Pi 4 operating system of Windows 10. After you have uninstalled all the bloatwares or the software that you don't need, go to the desktop and go to the task manager. Here go to show more details so that you have an advanced view of the task manager, and then go to the startups. Here you can find and disable all the starting up applications that is enabled by default by the Windows. So if you disable this OneDrive that you don't need, so this will also improve your booting time of the Windows on Raspberry Pi 4. As you know, this is not full desktop based processor, so definitely it will not run heavy applications that quickly. But then now let's see if system gives us the full update. So go to the Windows and go to the settings and click on update and security. So it will start checking for the updates from the network. Just make sure that Wi-Fi is not working on this Windows as of now for Raspberry Pi 4. So it has to be wired to the internet using your LAN connection that you have. As you can see, you get the normal updates from Windows Server as normal. As you can see as well that it automatically detects that your processor is ARM based processor, so it will download the update relevant to your ARM based operating system, and also you will get the upgrades as normal on your Windows since it is full featured Windows. So all the facilities which are available on full Windows is available here on Raspberry Pi 4. So next thing let's do is to check what is the OS build information. On the right side of the window you can see there is an option called OS build info. Click on that option. It will take you to the device specification page. It will tell you the device name. As you can see, the processor is ARM Cortex A72 processor with 1.5 GHz speed. Also, it shows full RAM availability of 8 GB since we disabled it in the BIOS for limiting it to 3 GB. Also, Windows specification shows that it is Windows 10 Pro operating system, which is installed on the Raspberry Pi 4. Now let us open the task manager. So in the task manager, go to the performance tab. It will show you how much the CPU is used as of now. Even though we have installed the full version of Windows, it is only using 33% of the CPU, and also the memory usage is not that high as well. So your memory is around 2 GB used and you have around total memory of 8 GB available. RAM. So your 8 GB version of Raspberry Pi 4 can handle this Windows 10 operating system normally without much stress. So next thing that we are going to do here, guys, is to enable remote desktop. To do that, you have to go under settings, under update and security. You have for developer section. Click on for developer section and enable the developer mode. So this will help you install or change the developer settings. Under the file explorer section, change the setting as you like. What are the things that you want to show, what are the things that you don't want to show. So you can change that setting and click on apply depending upon the likings or the way your file system you want to have. So below just that you have a remote desktop option. You just hit apply, everything is checked. So it will ask for the confirmation if you want to enable the remote desktop connection to this Windows system. Click on confirm. So now you are able to connect to this PC remotely using another Windows PC using remote desktop connection. So here I will also enable PowerShell just to configure few things more easily. Now PowerShell is now available on this Windows system of your Raspberry Pi as well. So this is it, guys. This is how you install Windows 10 on Raspberry Pi 4 and also enable remote desktop. So this is it, guys. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comment, please leave them in the comment section below. I will try and answer as soon as possible. And if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon so that you get the notifications for all my new videos. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching and clear skies.